Hey guys, how's it going? How we doing? My name is Joey, and welcome to a very different type of video for me. I know you guys are used to the playlists, some topic stuff here and there. Now, we're going to be talking about Reality Resort, a show I've been writing for just about a year now, with a very, very talented cast and crew. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be reacting to episode 1, the very start of the series, Vacation's All I Ever Wanted. And this is going to be more of a behind-the-scenes type commentary. Like, yes, we'll have our general reactions, but at the same time, it's going to be more what we think about this scene, trying to give analysis, what we remember from recording, that sort of thing. For me, I was hired on in the post-production of this episode, so I'm not going to have too much in the way of that, but our two voice actors on call might just have something to say. If you guys want to introduce yourselves, ladies first.
Hi, I'm KritKat, and I am the voice of Sarah Shea from Reality Resort, and I am looking forward to participating in this video. Thank you, Joey, for inviting me on.
Of course, of course.
I am the voice of the Inferno, or Inferno. I am the voice of everyone's favorite gym lover, Tino. I'm very happy to be here.
Yes, very happy to have you as well. If you guys are watching during the month of June, we do have an active Kickstarter going for Reality Resort. We're currently in the process of trying to secure as much funding as we can to ensure the future of the show. As of recording this, we're a little bit past the halfway mark, which is awesome, but we do need to get the rest of the way there. Link for that is going to be in the description, as well as everything for the socials for our two voice actors here. Are you two ready to get into it?
Yep.
You know it.
All right, without further ado, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Paradise, where everyone wants to be. No work, no stress, no problems. Who wouldn't prefer that over the hustle and bustle of everyday life? If only it were that simple. This might look like paradise, but our future contestants will quickly realize this may be anything but an extensive vacation. I'm Victoria Moore, your host for the next 40 days. We're all going to be in for a treat as we witness 16 tourists, ranging anywhere from 18 to 50 years old, compete against one another on this resplendent resort for a grand total of $250,000. This is just the first installment in the newly founded Reality Gauntlet.
So I can talk on that a little bit. Great frame to pause on, Joey. 10 out of 10. Let's go back 1 second. But anyway, what Reality Resort is part of is the Reality Gauntlet. So by proceeding, not only are we going to be able to secure a future for a show that's mostly based on Big Brother, but we'll be able to get running on the ground a little bit more for a show that'll be more tailored towards Survivor. So if you're a Adventure Camp fan, that's going to be more up your alley, I think, just because of the format. And then also one based on The Amazing Race with Reality Race. All 3 of these are going to come together for Reality Royalty, which is going to be a little more challenge-based, and it's going to be kind of like an all-star season. So, yeah, just to give you that little breakdown there.
The challenges format really would work for like an all-stars format, honestly.
It really, really would, because you have all these different rivalries that are just coming together. People like, hey, I remember that one thing you did on that one season, so I'm going to throw you into the thing.
I can already taste the pettiness.
And that's exactly what we want, right?
Competition shows. Contestants will be competing not only for the prize money, but for enough legacy points to qualify for the ultimate trial.
All the points are mine.
Take him and run, Tino. Take him and run.
It's what he'll do.
$500,000 cash prize and the title of
I really like the choice of using the silhouettes of the characters and the features that they choose to highlight in the silhouettes. I think that's a really good look.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
A good silhouette shot is always very striking and brings your attention to it.
Because our adventure starts now. Welcome to the premiere of Reality Resort.
She's always going to find a way to sit on something super high up for no reason.
Though, for real though, how did she get up there?
A very, very elaborate ladder.
Yeah, I believe it. I think something fun in production is that originally these photos were the same photos from when we were doing everyone's introductions, but they eventually got changed to these. And I think either way it works.
I do think these work a little bit more.
Yeah.
Girl, with what watch are you checking?
It's the Omni watch, you don't know?
Alright, so that was the boat shot I wanted to talk about. Let's go back a little bit here. I don't think that looks good. I really, really don't.
Now that you're pausing on it, I get it.
Yeah.
It's way too zoomed out for an establishing shot like, hey, here's our cast.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess like a few seconds later, they show a much better shot of the entire cast so you could actually take in their designs. And because I never really focused on this frame because of how quickly it just passes by.
Yeah. I just know it came up during conversation at one point in our cast and crew talks. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. I don't like the shot at all. Not that we should be taking one-to-one pages from Total Drama Island, but I think if you're gonna specifically focus on a boat, maybe do something similar to their introduction where it's just like a little interspersal of quick mini scenes. That way you can get maybe a general vibe of their personality, how they might interact, and then also get a better view on their designs as well.
Yeah, I can see your point.
Because right now this is looking small and pixelated, and I have this in 1080p, so that's not good.
The boat scene.
But yeah, that's just my little thought about the boat scene, if you will.
The boat.
You've heard of a bird scene. Here's the boat scene.
No way.
Hearing Brad's voice now compared to what we have in episode 6, I'm like, oh, we've come so far already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, the voices absolutely have developed so far. On top of the VA changes, just a lot more defined characteristically.
Right.
Which is good.
However long you last. Now let's do a roll call. Annalise, Brad, Charles, Cheryl, Drew, Finn, Isidore, Kylie, Marcus, Monica.
I love the way she says Monica. I cannot tell you how.
It's so good.
Topaz, and VJ. Perfect. You're all here. Consider yourselves pioneers, as you are all the first victims of this brand new contest.
And do you feel like this pan lasts a little too long? Just a little bit?
A little.
Like, I get you want to show off the island, but maybe like flash spot a couple locations as opposed to big pan over for 10 plus seconds?
Yeah, no, I get the idea. Maybe like a couple shots of the resort.
Right.
Will prove detrimental in deciding who will be winning that big check with the prize money on it. Whew, I know that was a lot. But trust me, it'll only get worse. Now, as for my role, I'm not here to be your babysitter.
As if I could be your dad. Ain't no way I'd let you babysit me.
The beginnings of her just hating his existence.
I'm merely here to enforce the rules and facilitate challenges. Should you decide to throw hands with anyone, I will not get in your way. So, with that being said, I think it's time we show you inside, okay?
Are you endorsing violence?
Oh, no. I'm
endorsing good television.
Follow along.
Such a good bit.
I didn't think this place was gonna be real. Probably just a glitch in the simulation. This is gonna be one wild social experiment.
I'm getting a feeling that I'm going to be manifesting a win here.
I hope you're all getting situated in your new living space. But don't get too comfortable, as you never know when the game is gonna decide your time is over.
Ooh, so ominous. Let's not dampen the mood within the first hour, though, okay?
Agreed. I'm still trying to soak it all in. This place is crazy. I bet the gym is sick.
Of course he's talking about Jim.
Genuinely though, that Jim line I used to reference his voice until like, I forget when I stopped using it to reference his voice, but I used it for a while.
I mean, to be fair, it is pretty well delivered.
Yeah.
Of course your first line is about the gym.
Of course, unpredictable here.
Access on this entire property. You have been stripped of any devices, as this is a technology-free zone. But this shouldn't be of any concern for you all, right? Isn't that the point of retreating to a vacation? To get away from the outside world. Stop the forced communication and just unwind.
Yes, that sounds amazing.
Throwback to when I had the worst mic ever.
I was about to say, that sounds a lot more compressed.
Yeah, Back when I was speaking through the microphone of like these earbuds that I had.
At least it's better now.
Oh yeah, it's 100% better. Overall, my voice for Sarah, because at the time I haven't really solidified what type of voice I wanted to give Sarah, but I would say like from episode 5 onward, I had a better idea of what I wanted Sarah to sound like.
I feel like in general, a lot of things are hitting their stride with episode 5.
Yeah.
Like animation, writing-wise, again, characterization. Just a lot of things seem to be coming together, starting at that point.
When I was showing my dad Reality Resort, he said that the last 3 episodes were his favorite, and they were really well done, and he's looking forward to more episodes. So I would say that the last half of what we have so far is really well done, and it's very well received, so I'd say we're on the right path.
The only real critique I can throw at episode 4, and it was brought up pretty much like right after and stuff, it's just how the challenge was presented. Not necessarily the challenge itself, but more so it wasn't lined up to where one word was one line, second word was the second, third one's a third.
Right.
But that's very minor potatoes and something you can easily fix up.
Minor potatoes.
What I was gonna say was going back to like episode 5, I think that is the point where I just kind of synchronized vibes with Tino and actually kind of figured out how I wanted to play him better.
I think that was around the time where I was able to start throwing in more line suggestions. Should I pause? I feel like I should pause, because I remember episodes 1, 2, and 3 were pretty much done, but 4 I was able to actually work in a couple line suggestions, and then also a good amount of challenge ideas. Like, we did a lot of brainstorming. A lot of the challenge ideas that I came up with, I'm really, really proud of. Episode 5 was one of the ones that I came up with. A very classic comp in Big Brother is the booth challenge, which can be very boring if it's just the booth in an animated format, but animation team blew it out of the water with that.
The animation has significantly improved since the first 2 episodes. It's a lot more dynamic now.
Yeah, right now I'm seeing a lot of like bopping, like just kind of staying in one spot, bop when it's their turn to talk about.
Yeah, but I can tell that in the later episodes, the animation team have a lot of fun with what they're given.
For sure, for sure.
I always see how like the storyboarders and animators are just having the time of their lives, and I'm going, all right, go off.
Yeah.
On the lookout for legacy idols. There are 6 of these tiny emblems.
Why do I think there were 5?
I know 6 is literally an even number, but 5 is more of a round number when it comes to just counting stuff. Because literally you're talking handful versus half dozen.
Yeah, that's fair.
However, be warned that if you use it for safety, you will lose points.
This game sounds harder than I thought. Are there any refunds?
We didn't pay to be on this show, you ding-dong. Listen, I like me a
ding-dong.
girl as fine as that Annalise chick. But Mama didn't raise no fool. I know not to get involved with girls dumber than I. Dumber than me?
I really need to see him with the new animation rigs. I really, really do.
You can just tell the animators would go hard on him.
You will have qualified for reality royalty. Now, why doesn't everyone unwind and check out the rest of the resort for a little? I'll call you back in about an hour.
I've always been a rather motivated fella, but being here, man, I can just feel it taking me to the next level. Nobody's gonna stop me from having a good time or winning that moolah. As long as I don't think about Patricia, that is. Which I'm definitely not doing right now. Yeah.
You did that to yourself, buddy. That's all you do.
Literally understanding how people's brains work and forming strategies to capitalize on their behaviors. Is that not the perfect skill set for this game? Watch out, world, because I'm about to pull a marketing stunt so crazy, it'll make you think I'm promoting a circus!
Now this place feels just like home.
You one of those fellas who sleeps in the gym too?
Yeah, I actually am. It cuts down on my commute and monthly expenses. You'd be surprised just how comfortable some of these benches can be.
This whole line is what I now use to reference Tino's voice.
President of my fraternity back at university, I've always got to be thinking of ways to guide my fellow brothers. Sigma Chi for life.
Glad to see a young man with a good hand on his shoulders. Sheesh, that's one way to make me feel old.
What? You can't be older than 25, no?
Huh, appreciate it. I'm turning 30 soon, and I ain't even got a wife yet.
Hey, it's alright, my dude. There's plenty of good-looking girls here. Maybe you'll find your match. It's never too late. Yeah, brother's running out of time. Turning 30 is basically giving away your rights to have fun. Must be tough.
Huh. You're telling me? Almost been a decade since I was drafted. Hoping this show will give me a shot to save my career.
Well, if there are any baseball challenges, I for sure hope you're on my team.
The window scene.
I just love this little effect.
Developing a crush.
Oh, what? Who, me? No, I was just admiring the view.
Totally.
Sure, girl.
Let's be checking my reflection out in the window too. If I didn't already know, I looked amazing.
Speaking of, can you girls believe this place? It's literally stunning.
Definitely a stark contrast from university, that's for sure.
I've already decided I'm never leaving. The sun hits way too well in this spot.
Looks like it'll be you and me in the finale then, girl.
Aw, this glow of confidence looks so good on you. Won't last for too long.
Jesus.
And Alicia has great lines.
You of that right now.
Wow, you are all very confident women.
I run a fortune-telling business. My psychic powers are borderline non-existent.
And why would you admit that I'm a premiere?
Okay, so it's not just me.
I pointed it out in my reaction with Solar for episode 6, but if your whole thing is deceiving people, why admit that on a televised program?
Exactly.
It seems really silly.
First off, a gourmet dinner will be served tonight inside the dining room. A celebration of your first day.
Oh, not the silent cheer.
We were all happy in spirit.
In my hand. These are the short questionnaires that we had you fill out on the yacht. Your answers have ultimately decided how you are to be split into teams.
Oh, good. I thought it was gonna be one of those personality quizzes. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me I have issues.
Nope. We all could have told you that, bucko.
I kind of wish those two interacted more. I feel like that would have been fun.
I like how they barely know Marcus and they already know he has issues.
Too early for that. Instead, we deduced which type of vacation you prefer. A tropical climate or an exotic destination. Without further ado, here are the results. Those who preferred a tropical vacation are the following: Kylie, Drew, Brad, Isidore, Finn, Cheryl, Annalise, and Marcus. Which means those who preferred an exotic vacation are VJ,
I'm in love with the
Olive,
shadows in the background.
Topaz, Charles, Sada, Monica, and Seth.
Both of these options are just socially constructed terms to make you fork over money to whatever country's government you're fleeing to.
You'd be fun at parties.
Now for the team names. Team Tropics, you are now known as the Tropical Toucans.
Aw, cute! Who doesn't love toucans?
As for Team Exotic, you'll be called the Exotic Emus. Oh, my daughter just did a project on emus. This is perfect. See, Danielle, it was meant to be.
This one reeks of desperation.
Erotic emos would have sounded better.
I really wish the music cut for a second after that line just to let it set in.
Same. We move on from it so quick.
Whatever capacity that ends up being, as I'm still yet to understand exactly how these challenges are gonna work.
I'll say, hopefully, our diverse array of talents will prove to be too much for the emus to handle.
Yes, I've got so many that will come in handy. Oh, she said talents? I thought she said palettes. As in makeup. I've got plenty of products that will help her out. What? You all see her too, right?
So mean.
I love it when she's just so shady.
Stars. I take immense pride in helping others achieve their greatest dreams. So I would love it if we could all...
And down she goes.
God damn it, Charles.
Yeah, I have a problem when it comes to people getting hurt.
He sounds so young in this episode.
Yeah.
At least compared to where he is now.
Yeah.
Darned leg. It's never been the same since I tore my ACL. Doctors don't know why it never healed properly. Whatever. Nothing phases me anymore. Who fell? I know I didn't.
Coming on strong, are we? Real talk, I love the energy. This group is gonna be fun.
Sure, if we didn't have too many conflicting personalities, then maybe our fortune would have been, well, more fortunate.
And what's that supposed to mean?
All of 100% said that just to cause problems on purpose.
I had to get my nomination vote just straight off. Like, we don't need that type of energy.
This was all for today. Did you? It's time for your first challenge, folks! Welcome to the inaugural immunity competition. This will be your first challenge at the beginning of each new block. The winning team will receive safety for the remainder of said block, while the others are at jeopardy of being nominated for eviction. The first theme of the season is vacation. While it's true that you're competing for $250,000, we'd also like to remind you of how luxurious your new temporary home is. And what better way to do that than to force you to make me a drink?
Who are you, my ex-wife?
Here's how hosting a mixer works. One by one, you will all take turns running over to the middle of the beach. Using your hands,
Not that this explanation animation is bad at all, but I know if we remade it today, it would be a lot flashier. And I kind of want to see what that would look like, but one day.
For the first episode, I really liked the visual, but with our recent animation, I do think it would be, like you said, flashier.
Never say never.
Yeah, I think the best word is it's serviceable. It doesn't look bad, but there's definitely ways that we can improve that we've seen in future episodes that I would love to see implemented here.
Who here is good at mixing drinks? Scratch that. Not enough time to figure that out. I'll make an order for us.
I'm sorry, did I miss the team captain vote?
Tino, me, Olive, Monica, Charles, and then Sarah. VJ, you look like you can handle your liquor. You mix the drink.
What does she mean by that, actually?
The world may never know.
Because the only thing I can think of, it's like, hey, you're a gay man, right? You drink. Here, go.
The bisexual calling out the gay man.
Day? I bet I'd get that up to 98 if I knew you were up in the stands watching.
Oh my god. Stop it. What sport is this again?
Now, that's a pairing nobody could have foreseen.
What? Okay, maybe Mama Ray's a bit of a fool after all. Can't blame a guy for trying.
Hey, Annalise! Party's over here! Speaking of which, I'll handle the Bloody Mary. I'm sort of a mixologist prodigy.
I'm sorry, kid, but leave the alcohol to the actual adult. I'll handle it.
Something tells me that's a bad idea.
How silly of me.
This jump has always been a little weird to me when I rewatched it with a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he teleported.
That's literally what my friend said.
I'm also not a huge fan of these very wide shots during, like, confessional type of scenes. There's just a lot of empty space.
Yeah. The one with Seth right before just made him look too small. Like, I know he's a short king and all that, but mix that with the lean forward that he had is...
Yeah, just very... Yeah.
Plus, we don't have the little team icon with the lower third that's like, hey, here's a person, here's what they do. So it just leaves it as a very empty shot.
Yeah, and it's still the first episode, so people need help remembering who's who.
Yeah.
So martinis.
I just have good judgment of character. Speaking of which, that Seth guy. Definitely not who you want to be hanging out with in this game.
Right, right.
He seemed nice. Why do you say that?
Guys like him act like that, but they're hiding ulterior motives. Can read right through him. Had to kick a couple dudes like that out of the fraternity, unfortunately.
Your turn, Annalise.
Does anyone else find it odd that our challenge involves handling alcohol while we have 3 people here who can't even legally drink?
I think the funny part is I think all 3 of those people are on that same team.
Mm-hmm. Drew, Isidore.
I think it's Kylie, but I could be wrong.
I think it's Sarah.
I was thinking Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah's still 20.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're right.
Either Sarah or Marcus even, because alcoholism, but yeah. Either way.
Okay, maybe he's more fun than I thought. Fun to make fun of.
Girl, what are you doing?
Faster, faster, faster! Come on, college girl. This is riding on you.
Topaz, that might work for athletes, but in my experience, students do not thrive under the same pressure.
Only soft ones.
Pretend you're trying really hard to find your son's cell phone after yours died during the live finale premiere of Chilling Out with the Chamberlains.
So real. So real.
So real.
It's right behind her.
Ah, you were right. I got it.
Just her frantic running.
This is my favorite part of the episode.
I think it's everyone's favorite part of the episode.
You had shots.
That is definitely a Bloody Mary. Congrats, Tropical Toucans. You have won this immunity competition.
What Brian said.
Looks like there'll be 2 emus up for eviction this block. But I think we've had enough fun for one day. Why don't you all get cleaned up and enjoy your dinner tonight? The nomination ceremony awaits you tomorrow.
Great job mixing that drink. I really thought VJ had it in the bag.
Oh, that was nothing. Appreciate you, though.
I'm pretty ticked we lost that. But no sense in crying over spilled milk. We've got an even bigger task ahead of us. I'm a fighter, so I refuse to give up this early.
Am I worried that I'm a potential option for nomination tomorrow? Only as concerned as the old man who joins my yoga class full of beautiful women. Trust me, I've danced my way out of tighter corners than this. Besides, I've got a backup plan.
Local moocher skips out on nice dinner.
First legacy points, whereas the other 8 got their first taste of loserdom. But a lot can happen within the next few days. Who will be our first 2 nominees of the season, and which one of them will be the first evicted? You'll have to find out on the next episode of Reality Resort.
What are our thoughts watching this episode now in hindsight?
Well, the animation has definitely improved by the time episode 6 comes out. It's a lot more dynamic, a lot more is done with the confessionals, I would say, because, you know, the icons come out from the side of the screen.
And then also the joke that we throw in with the lower third sometimes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this one that we had with episode 6 where it's like, Drew, stealing my job?
I love those bits so much. They make me chuckle.
Lower third jokes will never stop being funny.
But yeah, no, that for sure. I feel like pacing-wise, it was also a little slow. Like, I know it's introduction, but I feel like some of that could have been tightened up a fair bit, too.
Overall, it does its job. I'd say it does it fairly well. Like, nothing overly offensive or anything like that.
Just stuff that we can easily clean up in hindsight.
I would still say it's a solid first episode, especially for how everything was back then. It was very impressive.
For sure. But anyway, if you guys watched, thank you so much for watching. Episode 1, definitely a while ago. Definitely has its merits. Definitely stuff I can get improved upon. But hey, still a decently enjoyable watch. If you guys liked what you saw, liked what you heard, feel free to give a like. Maybe even hit that subscribe button. I will have some episode reactions coming up for episodes 2 through 5 as well, with more of our VA cast. Episode 2 in specific, I have the VAs for Seth and Topaz that'll be on board. I almost said Tino. I have Tino right now.
I'm already here.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm going to have to drag you back from Shadow Realm.
Oh no!
I don't know what else to say. Feel free to follow these lovely peeps on their socials. That'll all be in the description. We do, again, have our Kickstarter going. Episode 7 and episode 8 are looking so good. I'm pretty sure I came up with the concept for the challenges for both of them. I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Joey Pal signing out. See ya!